Okay, guys, this is from Scientologycourses.org. How to live with children, and then it goes deeper into a child's right to contribute. This is my second time recording it. I had way too much on my memory. You have no right to deny your child the right to contribute. A human being feels able and competent only so long as he is permitted to contribute as much or more than he has contributed to him. That doesn't even make sense. This is where he's building up children should produce. A man can over-contribute and feel secure in an environment. He feels insecure the moment he under-contributes. You know, like he's downstat. Which is to say, gives less than he receives. If you don't believe this, recall a time when everyone else brought something to the party, but you didn't. How did you feel? A human being will revolt against and distrust any source which contributes to him more than he contributes to it. He's just pulling this out of his behind. Parents naturally contribute more to a child than the child contributes back. Of course, not in Scientology. We all know that. As soon as the child sees this, he becomes unhappy. Who talks like that? Why don't you say the child gets upset? He seeks to raise his contribution level. Failing, he gets angry. Imagine this, you guys. Angry at the contributing source, he begins to detest his parents. They try to override this revolt by contributing more. The child revolts more. It is a bad dwindling spiral because the end of it is that the child will go into apathy. Isn't apathy very low on the tone scale, everyone? I think it's like a 0.1 or 2 or something. You must let the child contribute to you. You can't order him to contribute. Listen to this crap. You can't command him to mow the grass and then think that is contribution. He has to figure out what his contribution is and then give it. You know, not play, not go climb trees or catch frogs, jump rope, play outside, play soccer, nothing like that, right? If he hasn't selected it, it isn't his, but only more control. What exactly does that mean? A baby contributes by trying to make you smile. The baby will show off. A little older, he will dance for you, bring you sticks, try to repeat your work motions to help you. If you don't accept those smiles, those dances, those sticks, those work motions, everyone, in the spirit they are given, you have begun to interrupt the child's contribution. Can't help but think of mind control when they interrupt patterns of thinking. Now he will start to get anxious. He will do unthinking and strange things to your possessions in an effort to make them better for you. You scold him, that finishes him. Said from a true narcissist, in my opinion. Something else enters in here. What, a demon? And that is data. How can a child possibly know what to contribute to you or his family or home if he hasn't any idea of the working principles on which it runs? Because children need to know working principles. They don't need to know how to go play outside, play jump rope, ride their bikes, roller skate, go see a movie, draw, play with the animals. They need to know the working principles about the family or home, you guys. A family is a group, like groupthink, with the common goal of group survival and advancement. He just pulled this out of his behind. The child not allowed to contribute or failing to understand the goals and working principle of family life is cast adrift from the family. How, like disconnected? Halbert, are you talking about disconnection of a child? He is shown he is not part of the family because he can't contribute. So he becomes anti-family. My favorite prefix, anti. See inversion. The first step on the road to being antisocial. He spills milk, annoys your guests, because adults should get annoyed with a child, right? And yells outside your window in play. He'll even get sick just to make you work. That's a sign of a child that's desperate for attention. That's what that is. And a lot of kids do it. He is shown to be nothing by being shown. Who talks like this? He's shown to be nothing by being shown. Is that some kind of magic thing he's doing? Or just poor grammar? That he isn't powerful enough to contribute. Because, all children want to be powerful, everyone. You can do nothing more than accept the smiles, the dances, the sticks of the very young. But as soon as a child can understand, he should be given the whole story of the family operation. Because all families have operations, everyone. What is the source of his allowance? Would that be the same as voluntary pay? $47 a week? What is the 47 by Zachary K. Hubbard? How come there is food, clothes, a clean house, a car? Yeah, because, all children, that's what they're thinking about, you guys. Daddy works. He expends hours and brains and brawn. For this, he gets money. The money handed over at a store buys food. Car is cared for because of money scarcity. How does that even make sense? A calm house and care of daddy means daddy works better. Can't help but think of the story I was listening to the other day. One of Hubbard's wives, I believe it was his first wife. I can't think of her name. And she was talking about how once Hubbard saw her sleeping and she was smiling in her sleep. And he smacked her really hard across the face because he was saying she better not be thinking of any other man except him. I mean, it's really sad when you think about it. And then she said she had to go outside and take a walk. Imagine you're sleeping. See, somebody who's a kind, caring person would love to see their mate smiling when they're sleeping. But not Hubbard. The insecure, black-toothed louse that he was. A calm house and care of daddy means daddy works better, and that means food and clothes and cars. That's very narcissistic. So narcissism, they always care about like the outward appearance, money, statistics, cars, wealth. Education is necessary because one earns better after he has learned. Not like Hubbard would know. Play is necessary in order to give reason for hard work. But wait a minute. The kids in the cadet org, they're not allowed to play. The kids at Delphian school, they wound up getting abused. And I'm pretty sure there was some very negatives going on with the Greenfield school in UK. Give him the whole picture. If he's been revolting, he may keep right on revolting, because kids always revolt everyone. But he'll eventually come around. First of all, a child needs security. Part of that security is understanding. Part of it is a code of conduct, because all kids need codes of conduct, everyone. Which is invariable. What is against the law today can't be ignored tomorrow. What exactly does that mean, you guys? You can actually handle a child physically. Because guys, children don't need nurture and love. They need to be handled. Handle a child physically to defend your rights. Everybody listen up. Your child needs to defend you, not the other way around. And in fact, the more I see of this guy, I believe, and I'm not a Crowley expert, I believe he was just, and I don't think it was just him by himself. I believe he was incorporating, reversed the law of reversal, inverted magic, black magic, diabolical magic into all of his writings. Which black magic's all about mind control, if you guys didn't know that. You can actually handle a child physically to defend your rights, so long as he owns what he owns. Because kids own stuff, you guys. And can contribute to you. Make sure your kids contribute, you guys. And work for you. Number one there, the child needs to work for you, you guys. Now, more narcissistic, abusive people will lap that up like nothing. But I believe the other parents and adults are just really just under some kind of spell. Because that's just common sense. You don't do that to kids. Adults have rights. Because, adults need to wear diapers and, be the child. Adults have rights. He ought to know this. Child has as his goal growing up. If an adult doesn't have more rights, why grow up? Who the devil would be an adult these days anyway? The child has a duty towards you. Isn't that great? It's the only reason the children are born is because they have a duty towards you, the parent. He has to be able to take care of you. Thank God, everyone. Get your kids to take care of you, everyone. Apparently, the prestigious executives up there in Clearwater, Florida, and Hemet Base, probably the Hemet police are fine with it as well. Children need to be ironing your clothes, laundering your clothes like Jenna Miscavige, or maybe cooking for you like the SP chef did as well. Whom else was talking about doing food prep the other day? I can't remember who it was. I think Lara FM, Megan Anderson did that as well. Isn't that wonderful? To take care of you, not an illusion that he is, but actually, what does that mean? And you have to have patience to allow yourself to be cared for sloppily until by sheer experience itself, not by your directions, he learns how to do it well. Isn't that great, you guys? Sound like a recipe for child slavery? Wonder what Homeland Security and Department of Justice and FBI and all those alphabet agencies think about it. Don't you guys wonder? Don't you guys wonder who wrote all this stuff? Not by your directions, he learns how to do it well. Care for the child? Nonsense. Nonsense, everyone. Parents don't need to take care of the child. Sound like the first generation Scientologists? He's probably got a better grasp of immediate situations than you have, you beaten up adult. Only when he's almost psychotic with aberration will a child be an accident prone. I'm just going to break that down in just normal everyday terms. That means, let's say you have a 2-year-old toddler and you're talking to your 2-year-old toddler as if they're an adult, and the toddler starts to get upset. He wants to know how you're baking the bread or washing the dishes or just being his little toddler self. And you keep talking to him as if he's an adult. He starts to get really upset because, number one, he's a 2-year-old and he's not able to communicate as well with you because he's only 2. He gets really upset. He starts to cry. That's called having an aberration. A child being upset. A child being banky. A child being inturbulated. A child having a human emotional reaction. Almost like these things were written in a lab, but what do I know? You're well and enjoy life because you aren't owned. This has to be some kind of mind trickery that he does this. You ever heard of hidden in plain sight? You're well and enjoy life because you aren't owned. To me, that's like a mockery. They love to mock. And when I say they, I'm talking about people that call themselves illuminated, illumined from these special little dark hallways throughout the universe. It's all about control. Really has nothing to do with magic. You couldn't enjoy life if you were shepherded and owned. More mockery. You'd revolt. And if your revolt was quenched, you turn into a subversive. There he goes, making up words again. That's what you make out of your child when you own, manage, and control him. Huh, the irony. Potentially, parent, he's saner than you are, and the world is a lot brighter. His sense of values and reality are sharper. Huh. That must be why all those children get locked up in ethics, right? Must be why the children keep getting assigned conditions of treason, conditions of doubt, conditions of non-existence. Isn't that wonderful? Because they're sharp. Don't dull them. Huh. Does locking a 4-year-old up in the chain locker dull them? I think so, don't you guys? All the young girls that were Commodore's messengers that got AR'd on the Apollo, or the otherwise known as the Royal Scotsman, did that dull them? All the other children that got abused, did that dull them? Inquiring MF minds want to know, did that dull them? And what about the prestigious executives that covered up the abuse? Like Jan Eastgate. And you guys know a lot of these ones out here on the so-called front lines. They were covering it up. And your child will be a fine, tall, successful human being. Why not say a productive human being? Why not? This is how they give the mind control in little drips. He's not going to tell you that right away. Or else a lot of parents would just leave. The ones that really do love their kids. Truthfully. Own, control, manage, and reject. And you'll get the treatment you deserve. Subversive revolt. I just rolled my eyes, by the way. I will leave a link in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. Otherwise, have an amazing day or night, wherever you are. Peace.